Hello and welcome to Byju's Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to the daily quiz discussion for the 30th of May 2022. Beginning with the first question of the day, which reads, which of the following statements is or are correct about the India-US trade relations? There are two statements given here. The first one reads, the US surpassed China to become India's top trading partner in 2021-22. The second one reads, India enjoys a positive trade balance with the US. Please have a look at the options. Now, what is the context? These articles from both the Hindu as well as the Indian Express note the US having surpassed China to become India's top trading partner in 2021-22. This is as per the data with the Commerce Ministry. It has increased from 80.51 billion US dollars in 2020-21 year to 119.42 billion US dollars for the year 2021-2022. Note, both exports from India into US as well as imports into India from the US have both increased. However, the exports from India into US has increased by a larger degree. This is being seen as a sign of strengthening economic ties between India and the US. With India having joined the US led Indo Pacific Economic Framework, this bilateral trade is expected to grow even bigger. Coming back to the question. The first statement, which says US has become India's top trading partner in 2021-2022, is correct. Now consider the second statement, which says India enjoys a positive trade balance with the US. Now let's understand what we mean by trade balance. Alternatively, it is also referred to as balance of trade, which is given by total value of exports minus total value of imports. Note, the exports from India into US is much bigger than the imports from US into India. This implies a positive trade balance for India. Hence, the second statement is correct. Since the question asks for the correct statements, the answer to this question would be option C, both 1 and 2. It would be also relevant to understand who are India's other major trading partners. Please note at second position we have China, at the third position we have UAE or the United Arab Emirates, fourth position we have Saudi Arabia, fifth we have Iraq. Moving on to the second question of the day, which reads, which of the following best describes the eShram portal? The four options are as follows. Option A, it is used for coordinating between college students seeking apprentice opportunities and the prospective companies. Option B, it is used for enrollment, registration, collection and identification of the required data of the unorganized workers. Option C reads, it is used for providing an online registration platform for people looking for job opportunities in the Ministry of Labor and Employment. And the last option reads, it is used for collecting information on the skill set of the government employees. Now let's understand the context. This article from today's The Indian Express discusses some of the major findings based on the data collected on the eShram portal. Please note, eShram portal was launched in the year 2021 by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. This portal was meant for the welfare of workers in the unorganized sector. Note, the portal will be used for enrollment, registration, collection and identification of data of all unorganized workers. Hence, this will help build a comprehensive national database of unorganized workers in the country. The workers will be provided a facility to register themselves by self-registration. Upon registration, they will be issued a eShram card with a unique UAN number. This UAN will be a 12-digit number. This eShram card can be used to avail benefits of social security programs meant for the unorganized workers. With this understanding, let's get back to the question. From our discussion, it is very clear that the correct answer to this question would be option B. Moving on to the third question of the day, which reads, which of the following pair of places and associated countries have been correctly matched? There are three pairs of places and associated country. The first one being Nagorno-Karabakh, Ukraine, Kharkiv, Azerbaijan, and Kobani, Iraq. Please look at the options. Now, what is the context? These articles from the Hindu and the Indian Express note the visit of Ukrainian president to the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. Kharkiv, also known as Kharkov, is the second largest city of Ukraine located in the northeastern part. This article from the Hindu notes the Azerbaijan-Armenia conflict over the Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. Please note, Nagorno-Karabakh is a landlocked region lying within the boundaries of Azerbaijan. It consists of a predominantly ethnic Armenian population with Azeri minority. Also in news was the recent statement of Turkey's president, wherein he committed to rooting out the Syrian Kurdish militia from northern Syria. Coming back to the question. Please note, Nagorno-Karabakh is located in Azerbaijan, whereas Kharkiv, as discussed, is located in Ukraine. So both these place and associated country pair are wrong. Kobani is a Kurdish majority city in northern Syria. It is located south of the Syria-Turkey border. Since the question asks for correctly matched pairs and none of the pairs are correctly matched, the correct answer would be option D, none of the above. Moving on to the fourth question. Which of the following statements is or are incorrect? Please note it asks for incorrect statements. With respect to Rajya Sabha, three statements given here. The third schedule to the Constitution provides for the allocation of seats to the states and union territories in Rajya Sabha. The second statement reads, currently, the Rajya Sabha has 245 members, the maximum limit as specified in the Indian Constitution. The third statement, a member chosen to fill a casual vacancy in the Rajya Sabha will serve the full term of 6 years available to an elected member. Please have a look at the options. Now, what is the context? The biennial elections to the Rajya Sabha is scheduled to be held soon. Now, what do we mean by biennial elections? Note, the term of a Rajya Sabha MP is 6 years, and election to one-third of the seats are held every 2 years. So, in this context, the political parties are busy nominating candidates for the upcoming Rajya Sabha election. In this context, an aspirant preparing for the UPSC civil services should focus on understanding what are the major provisions related to the election of members to the Rajya Sabha. Coming back to the question. Note, it is not the third schedule, but it is the fourth schedule, which provides for the allocation of seats to the states and union territories in Rajya Sabha. This is based on the population of the concerned state or union territory. Now consider the second statement, which says currently the Rajya Sabha has 245 members. This is correct. This consists of 233 elected members and 12 nominated. However, this is not the maximum limit. According to Article 80 of the Indian Constitution, the maximum limit for the Rajya Sabha membership is 250. Also note, according to Section 154 of the Representation of People Act 1951, a member chosen to fill casual vacancy will only serve remainder of his predecessor's term of office, and he or she will not serve the full term. Since the question asks for incorrect statements, the correct answer to this question would be option D, 1, 2 and 3. Moving on to the last question of the day. This is a question from the UPSC 2019 General Studies Paper 1. The question reads, consider the following statements about particularly vulnerable tribal groups in India. There are four statements given here. The first one says, PVTGs reside in 18 states and one union territory. A stagnant or declining population is one of the criteria for determining PVTG status. There are 95 PVTGs officially notified in the country so far. And the last statement reads, Irular and Konda Reddy tribes are included in the list of PVTGs. The question asks for the correct statement. Please have a look at the options. Now first let's understand what we mean by particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Note, these are centrally recognized special category among the scheduled tribe. They were constituted on the basis of the report of the Debar Commission. There are four criteria which are used for identifying the PVTGs. Now let's understand what these four criteria are. The first one is pre-agricultural level of technology. The second one is low level of literacy. The third one mentions economic backwardness. And the fourth one, declining or stagnant population. Note, Based on these criteria, we have 75 tribal groups which reside in 18 states and union territory of India. So from this discussion, it becomes clear that the first statement is correct, the second statement is also correct, the third statement is wrong because it is not 95 but 75. Now look at the fourth statement. Irular is a tribe predominantly found in the state of Tamil Nadu, whereas Kondareddy tribe belongs to the state of Telangana. And both of them have been included in the list of PVTGs. The fourth statement is correct. Since the question asks for correct statements, the answer to this question would be option C, 1, 2 and 4. Moving on to the fact of the day, onset of monsoon. What is the context? This article from today's The Hindu notes the onset of the southwest monsoon in the state of Kerala. Notably, the onset of monsoon has happened 3 days before its normal onset date of June 1st. Note, this is the fourth time since 2010 that monsoon has arrived before its normal date of June 1st. Now, let's understand what are the criteria to declare the onset of monsoon. There are three broad criteria which the IMD follows to declare the onset of monsoons. The first one being rainfall. The IMD measures rainfall over a defined geography. Here, it includes measuring stations across Kerala, Lakshadweep, and Karnataka. The second criteria involves measurement of wind speed. And the third involves measurement of outgoing long wave radiation or OLR value. Please note, the outgoing long wave radiation value is a measure of energy emitted to space by the Earth's surface. It is an indirect measure of the cloudiness. As and when these three criteria reach a threshold value, IMD, that is the Indian Meteorological Department, announces the onset of monsoon. The southwest monsoons account for 70% of India's annual rainfall. Also note, the IMD has forecasted a normal rainfall amounting to 99% of historical normal in the coming monsoon. That is all for today. If you are liking our initiatives, please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you for being with us.